to take the lead when you did? Sort of what was your plan for the last 1,600 meters?
We're all here?
Yeah, I mean, Jerry kind of gave me some leeway. He said, you'll know when to make your move, but it should probably be between 1,600 to go and 800 or a K to go. And I think, like, without really thinking about it too much, I was just planning on going at around a K or 3 laps to go. And I just kind of had a good water jump and found myself just barely moving ahead of Mason with just over 4 laps to go. And that was probably a little bit too, like, a little further than I wanted, but I found myself there and I just decided to go for it. Once I took the lead, I kind of just, depending on how far out it was, I wanted to either squeeze if it was further out or like make a really hard move if it was like 2 laps to go. So 4 laps, I just picked it up a little bit, and then when I got to 3 laps to go, my thinking was to try to go pretty hard and try to break the guys behind me. I had glanced at the Jumbotron and seen either Dan or Andy kind of a few spots back in like 5th place or something like that, and I knew they're both strong, but I wanted to try and break the guys behind me and give those guys, like Dan and Andy, a better chance of making the team. So I just tried running like pretty hard for the last 3 laps, and it was tough. I don't know who was behind me the whole time, but he just stuck on. Like I had guys on me the whole time, and so it put a lot of pressure on me. And I just tried to keep squeezing it down and running hard. So it was a very tough last 4 laps for sure.
You were really disappointing in Beijing, and
yeah.
And you're going to Rio. What's your goal now?
To medal. Yeah, do better than I have in the past at championships. I think I made a big step last year with the disappointment that I had. I got to a new level of fitness last year and had a bad race in Beijing, so I kind of learned a little about myself and my racing style on the international scene, and I had a full off season and a full year of training to think about how I'm going to do things differently, and I hope to execute in Rio and do things a little bit differently and hopefully medal. Probably not. I think Brimman's on the team, and he's a former Olympic champion, so it's hard to beat an Olympic champion. There's 2 Olympic champions from Kenya and one of the best championship runners for the last 3 years also on the team. So it's going to be tough. It's definitely going to be hard.
Your teammate made a team in the steeplechase in the women's side. Did they pump you up?
Yeah, for sure. I watched that race last night, and that was an incredibly tough race for Colleen. She hasn't had the best year of training going into the trials, and that was just pure grit and toughness, and I think determination to get on that team. That was an awesome race. All the girls on our team have been crushing it, so we've all been kind of taking confidence from that. Like, all of our training has been going well, but to see the women crush as well as they have, it's just been nothing but confidence for us.
We can't count the number of Bowerman guys, team members in the Olympics. We need 2 hands to shot. What's the key? What's special about the Bowerman Track Club that's gotten all you guys to the
I don't know. I mean, we train really hard. We train hard. I think it's a good team mentality. We've had great leaders kind of build this team. We had Solinsky and Tegenkamp and Byron and Tim Nelson start off the guy side, and I've kind of carried on what I've learned from those guys and kept it intact on the team now. And I mean, Shalane has kind of molded the women's side, and when you have Shalane Flanagan molding the women's side, you're pretty well off. So I think, yeah, we've got great leadership on the team. We've got a really good vibe. Everyone meshes really well, and we treat it like a business. We have fun, but when it comes down to it, it's work. Train really hard, and we're serious about it. So we try to show up at big meets like this, and everyone's got their standards set really high, and I think that also goes back to like the veterans that we had on the team to start off. They had lofty goals, and I mean, before this group even started, Matt was fourth at the World Champs by a couple hundredths of a second, and Solitsky was the first non-African to break 27 minutes in the 10K. So I think you come into the group and the bar is set really high, and that's what you're shooting for. So I think it helps, and yeah, the mentality and just the vibe of the team is very serious, for sure.
Having 5 U.S. titles in a row, what does that mean to you?
I mean, it means I've been healthy for 5 years. I've been consistent. Training's been really consistent. I don't think I've taken more than like probably 10 days off of running for any minor injury over the last 5 years. So I've been healthy. I think that's the biggest thing, and I'm still hungry. I still have goals that I want to achieve, and I think that keeps me motivated.
You were the heavy favorite here. Is it a relief to win, or is it exciting? How do you feel?
Yeah, it's both. The 4 years ago here was my first U.S. championship, and that was just pure elation. I came in and I felt pressure, but there wasn't as much outside pressure on me, I think, and if I didn't, just making the team would have been incredible, but winning was amazing. Here, now I'm to the point where, like, I would have been happy to make the team, but I would have been upset to not win. So it's some pressure, but it's fun at the same time, and I think it's gonna, like, running with this type of pressure is gonna make me a better athlete, I think, on the world stage.
After Beijing, did you change anything in training to get ready for the championships?
So last year, like, was the first year that we really introduced like pure speed to the group, and we did it all flat. And this year we've done a little bit more of that pure speed over hurdles and water jumps. And I think last year I kind of just assumed that it would translate well to the steeple. I thought speed was speed and I could handle it. You just get used to hurdling fast, but it's just different for me so far this year. It's been like a process of trusting myself that I can run that fast over a full 400 meters, over barriers, and not crumble like the last 100 meters. So it was a little bit of a learning experience, and I think it's helped a lot so far. One of the fans, I don't know, a couple kids, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You said this is the first year you really feel like more than winning the trials, you have bigger goals.
No, not the first year. I mean, it felt like that last year a little bit. It was pressure to win.
Okay.
But yeah, like I said, I think it's a good pressure.
And what do you expect to get in Rio? What do you?
I don't know what to expect. I'm hoping for top 3. Yeah.
What are some of those other goals? You said you have other goals to accomplish.
Medaling at the world stage, or the Worlds or Olympics, and then like, no matter how fast I get, I'm always going to want to keep PRing. So I ran 8 flat last year, so I want to break 8 at some point. That's not as much of a focus this year. This year, like, I'm only thinking about championship running. And if I don't get a chance at running a fast time, I'm fine with that.
Do you go back and like rewatch that Paris race?
Yeah.
I mean, I love that race, but
yeah.
I mean, if it was you, maybe not. But I mean, you were gonna run what, 7:57 or something? Have you figured that out?
Yeah, I think it's something like that. I was probably like a second ahead of Virech, I think. Yeah, I love the race too until 60 meters to go, and then it tugs on my heart a little bit every time I watch it. So that and Beijing, like, those 2 races they're not easy to watch for me. Like, it hurt me pretty bad. But like like I said, I think I learned a lot from those 2 races. And like I'm not going to say like it was a good thing that those things happened, but it was like I learned something for sure.
Spend most of the time down in Park City before you go.
Yeah, so we were up in Park City a month before the trials, and then I think a few of us, like the Canadians, Matt and Mo, are still up there. They'll be back up there, I believe. And then I think most of the people that make the team here this weekend will be back up there for a few weeks until beginning of August, I think.
Probably no races until Rio.
It depends on the person. I might not. I don't have any plans to race yet, but there could be something that comes up that works perfectly in the schedule, and we might throw it in there. Yeah, BTC. We got the lighting. Yeah.